Everyone loves a good bread roll to smother with jam or butter. When you have food sensitivities or an autoimmune diet, they're hard to come by. Let's work together today and make some gluten-free cassava flour dinner rolls. Along with the rolls, I'm making a soup for dinner, and to start, I'm cooking a ham hock in the Instant Pot. This soup is going to be ham and potato, and I'm also going to chop up some leeks and some carrots to add to it. The ham hock is going to produce just the most wonderful broth. So while it's in the Instant Pot, we'll also add a ton of water in with it to make that broth. And while that's cooking, we'll go ahead and make the rolls. This recipe is pretty simple. First, we're going to bring a pot of water to a boil on the stove. And while the water is heating, we can go ahead and start mixing our ingredients together. We're also going to want the oven to be at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So start with your dry ingredients. We're going to put in all the dry ingredients, and then we'll add in your little bits of butter. I know it looks kind of like we're making biscuits, but trust me, these will be soft and fluffy, not quite the same texture as a biscuit. To see the entire recipe, go to the website hilltopinthevalley.com, and you can find this recipe. You can also find many other recipes, but you can print out the complete recipe and have it in front of you while you're working. You can also find the link in the information box below. So now that we have mixed all of our dry ingredients and butter together, we're going to beat the eggs in a bowl, and we'll kind of make a pit in our flour. Our beaten eggs will then be added into the dry ingredients in that little flour pit, a little water, and we're ready to combine everything into a ball. Your water should be beginning to boil by now. Get a baking sheet prepared with parchment paper and place it next to your stove. Now it's time to roll the dough into 2 to 2.5 inch balls, and we're going to gently drop them into that rapidly boiling water. You'll notice I sprinkled something into the water before adding the balls, and this was baking soda. I put it in to kind of help pre-bake these little buns and give them a little extra oomph as they are rising in the oven. It really does help, I feel like, to do this little pre-bake session in the boiling water. You'll cook these for 45 seconds to about a minute. Don't do it any longer than that, and turn them halfway through. I understand it can be hard to turn them, so don't stress out if they don't want to go all the way over. Sometimes they just want to stay on one side and it's really hard to get them to turn. Just do your best. And then drain them as much as possible and drop them onto the baking sheet. At this point, our ham hock is done, and I'm getting out potatoes to put in the soup. I've been experimenting with storage, and I found our mudroom to be cool enough in winter if I store the potatoes in this big bin that we've poked holes in for air to get through, and that has worked pretty well. It's kind of a learning process for us. What I'm running into now is that keeping it dark enough so that the light doesn't get into the potatoes to turn them green, because they do not like light. So at this point, I'm feeling like I need to get a nice dark cover for this bin while it's in here. When you take the rolls out, they should have brown tops and soft sides. These are best eaten right away, but you can also freeze them in an airtight bag or container for up to 2 weeks, if they happen to stay that long. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our videos, and it also helps have YouTube show these videos to more people as people are subscribing to the channel. So it is very helpful and appreciated. I love being able to put out content for you guys, and I can't wait to bring you some more of our recipes and some more of our inspiration from the Hilltop. If you can use einkorn flour, check out the recipes for farmhouse biscuits or pumpkin dinner rolls. Either of these is wonderful and would make another wonderful side to go along with soup. Until next time, I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.